They're awful small with this big old brush, but you swirl it around. And then you can just so easily, because this is so big, do your bronzing. You know, just lift it up and do your 3. You know, 3. That's what everybody tells you. It's true though. Okay, so now we're going to get to, I'm just going to go through each one, and I'm going to tell you what I would use the brush for. Y'all, can you see how many brushes you get? This is an expensive set, but look at all those brushes. Oh my gosh. But that's why I like that it just kind of, it's a magnetized closure. It can sit straight up. It's a lot heavier than this one. So I don't know that I'd take this for travel. I'd take this for travel. I like the way that it's set up. But this is just nice to have on your vanity every day, where you can close it up and just sit it in the corner of your dressing table or vanity area. But when you're getting ready, you can just open them and grab the brush you need straight out of there. And that is literally how I've been doing my stuff here. So I do like this for at-home use. And I like that it's this black alligator pattern. Okay, so this is a Morphe R2. Let me see what else they got so I can tell you what I think these are for, because I do not have their list of brushes handy. Okay, so if this, I think this is a powder brush. So if this is a bronzer, which clearly to me, I would use this for a bronzer before I would use it for a powder brush. It just depends what you like. You could use that as a powder brush. It reminds me of my Marc Jacobs, the bronzer, or the bronze. It looks almost identical. It's also very high quality. It's very soft, very dense, very well tapered. No fallout on the brushes on these. Sometimes that just happens when it's a brand new set, you know, so there was that one and that other set that just had really bad, a lot of them coming out. And sometimes it's just that one tightened on the ferrule. I'm shaking this, there's none coming out. So it's really good quality. So I would think this would be more of the everyday powder brush, the R2. And y'all can look it up if you want. I bet you will tell you. And you can either powder it on straight or you can swirl it, however you like to do. It's up to you. This to me is a buffing foundation brush. That's what I would use this for. It's a little fat one. See how it's fat? So you can get it in your hand good. And it's very, very, very dense. Very dense. So that you can pack it into your skin, swirl it around. So that's what I think that one's for. I'm not looking at anything that tells me. This is an R10. This clearly could be used for foundation as well. Or it looks like it could be a blush brush. You know what it reminds me of is my Chanel. Here's my Chanel number 4 blush brush. Very similar in shape. This one's being used a lot. It's still tight. So I would say this would be a good blush brush. Or you could use that as a flat foundation brush if you like that. It's a little not flat, but and since you've already got the buffing brush, I would use that for foundation personally. So I would do, okay, this, it's not happy at all. Not happy at all. I may try to reshape this after I wash it and put it back in here to get it back happy, because this pulled down. And this is clearly a highlighter brush. That's what I would use this one for. That's what I'd use that one for. See how these are not happy? So I'll have to use something to kind of hold that up while it dries. Yep, they got mushed a little bit. That's okay, it happens. This looks like a contour, specialty contour brush to me. See how it's kind of round all the way around, but it's short, and that's what I'd use for, you know, really working this cut in look. Here we go. Is there anything else that's big? Oh, here's another one you could use for cutting in, getting really specific, really tight. Or you could use it as a highlight. It's kind of dense for the highlighter. I think that's what the other one was for. But yeah, I like that. You could use it for eyeshadow for this, just this whole area, and you could do it in one sweep. We'll see if there's a let me see, is there a, I do not see a fluffy brush, like the fat fluffy brush, so I may use that for that. I may actually use this, not this, for this area right here. Because I like a big brush right here, because it just gets this big wide area in one, with whatever my neutral color is. I could do it in one sweep, like put, you know, lay it down and then blend it, and so fast. Okay, so this looks like a large concealer, tapered concealer. but this would be great for, or, you know, you could use it to really cut in. Again, it's a tapered point, but you also could do under here with either powder or concealer. Now, also, it makes a difference on whether it's white or black and where you would use it, but I haven't read up on this. I will tell you, I'm literally just opening it and I didn't look. This, again, could be used for highlighter, or it could be used to blend. I think this is for highlighter. It's too bendable. See how that's just too bendable? That's highlighter. This, on the other hand, would be for blending. Perfect blending brush. This is the R37. This looks like another blender brush, or just shadow crease area brush blending. And this is a M504. I have to look all these up. You can look these up on Morphe's website to see what these numbers correspond to. This looks like a blending brush. It is an M44. I'm sorry, 441. And yes, I would use that either in the crease or for blending. Y'all, you get a lot of brushes. This is just a shadow brush, crease brush. It's an M4. Yeah, definitely. Or I would even put highlighter on with that. Then this is a little more concentrated. It's an E17, and I would get very concentrated in the crease, outer V, and even underneath. It's almost like a pencil brush. It's very smaller. The more dense it gets and the smaller it gets. Use it in smaller places for precise reasons. By the way, don't ever trim your brushes with, if something's got to come out, you can take it out. But don't ever trim it with scissors. Just when you wash it, reshape it. Otherwise, you'll mess up the shape. This is an M513, and that is definitely great for crease, blending the crease. Because, again, it's got a lot of bend to it, but it's very pointed, so that'd be perfect for crease. Here's another one. M573. Again, another one for crease blending or just blending. Here is, gosh, there's a lot of brushes in here. M506, and that's more like a pencil where you could go underneath and blend out. It's much smaller. Let me just show you in comparison. There is a very marked difference. You're like, there's not that much difference. It actually is. It just depends on what you're going to use it for. You may not use, obviously you will not use all of these brushes every time because I'm not even halfway through. Okay, so here is an E47. This would be great to blend or apply right here. Or you could use this to really cut in. It's very dense and very sharp razor-like. Again, that is an E47, so I'd have to look up exactly what they say to use that for. I'm just thinking of ways I can use this clearly. But it bushes out like that, it's a blending brush. This is 513, perfect for just blending. And you need a lot of brushes for that. Here is a little E36. Again, this would be great pencil brush. This is a pencil brush for going underneath the lash line and the outer V. Or you could use it, because it's small like the other one, you could use this for the inner corner for highlighting. This video is so long because there are so many brushes that came with this, y'all. I hope y'all got in on it. Okay, so here, this is just, this is an M432, and you can see this is just great for stacking product on the lash line, like that. Or underneath, however you want to use it. Or, I might even use this like a short shader. I don't see a short shader in here. There is something similar. You could use it for the brow. Let me show you what I would consider their short shader. God, it's awfully tiny though, and very bendable. This is an M213, very, very tiny, but great to almost use like a liner. I like to use short shaders for liners. And then you also can even use them in the brow. That one's not, it's not dense enough, I'll take that back. And then this looks like another one. This is the E18. This would be great again for the crease, in my opinion. Or inner corner, because it's a very small dome-like, and it's quite dense. There's another here that's coming out. And there's one that's kind of sticking out. So when I wash all of these, and then of course you get this Do Not Eat silica. Very carefully stand over a trash can and tear that in two. Make sure that this never ends up in the trash intact. Because if a child or an animal gets that in their mouth, it'll kill them. Because what this does is absorb all, or it can kill them. It absorbs moisture, and so if they swallow that, it will like to their stomach, and it's very, very dangerous. So the best thing to do is not just throw it away, but stand over the trash can and make sure there are little beads in here, and tear it open, let the beads fall where they will individually. It's not as dangerous. But anyway, so now we are empty. Again, once you throw all your brushes in here, you can just close it and sit it upright. And then when you want to use it on your dressing area, you just leave it open. And you can just, you just pick up that brush and do that and put that back. This looks like it's very wipeable, so if it starts getting a little makeup-y, or if you wanted to put like a napkin, like a dinner napkin in here, or one or two, or even a paper towel, if you want to make sure that this doesn't get, y'all, there's already a dog hair in here. How can that possibly happen? If you want to make sure that, I'm going to go ahead and take this off now. Morphe, the little label right there. So anyway, that is my haul, and just opening of these brushes. Now I will need to, when they're brand new like this, you want to get the chemicals out. So I will actually use baby shampoo, and don't like get it all down in the ferrule. Just literally in the sink, I pull the plug up, put a little bit of baby shampoo in there, and get some warm water. And I literally just swirl it around and get it nice and sudsy, and then I rinse it out real good, keeping it sideways. Don't do it this way. You want as little water to go down into the ferrule as possible. And so swirl around, get all the soap back out, and then just like a regular brush, knock it out, and then lay it flat on its side so that the water can drain this way, not that way where it goes back down the ferrule. Anyway, I hope that y'all have enjoyed this. I love you guys. And I'll talk to you again soon on my next video. We'll just think about adding